welcome to the Daily Divine, where I have intuitive self-care messages for life, love, and longevity. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the space. Thank you for holding it with me. I assure you we are led here with love because that's all we got around these parts, okay? To my returning stars, welcome back. Everything you all need to connect and collaborate with me is linked in the comments and the description box below. So let's go ahead and get into this session. I'm going to open up with a prayer to set the tone of the energy and make sure I'm only pulling in premium frequencies for all parties involved. And I'm going to shuffle as I pray, and whatever cards fall out during the prayer is what I will read, okay? What do we want to talk about with the collective to guide us in joy as we learn to grow with grace and wisdom? Help us to heal and activate any energy and channels that require attention at this time. Allow us to open up with more ease to the pleasure in our process. Ashe. Okay. Alright, so the first card I have is don't forget who you are. So somebody out there may be in some sort of self-doubt energy, or maybe you are in a space where you're right on the brink of your breakthrough, and it's like, don't forget who you are. Once you get to the other side of where you're going in this season, don't forget who you are. Don't forget what you're capable of. Don't forget how far you've come, all of the challenges that you've overcome. Congratulations, you have made it through 100% of your worst days. So please don't forget who you are. Somebody out there may need some rest and reset. Maybe if you are in this self-doubt energy, sometimes the best thing that we can do when we've done all we can is rest. Just rest and let it go. Okay? And that goes right along with this next card. It says, old habits or thoughts are cutting you off from good feelings and the life you desire. So, again, resting and resetting can sometimes help us get clarity that we need to break through those challenges that may still have a stronghold on us. Sometimes the fight is not in the physical, but it's in the spiritual. It's in the energy. And if you're so used to fighting, if you're always in survival mode, resting is going to probably feel uncomfortable at first. It's probably going to feel foreign to you if that's not what you're used to. But you have to give your nervous system a break. Okay, that thing is toe up. All right, it's time to let go of these old habits and thoughts, because they're cutting you off from the good life that you want. And remember, these are messages for self-care, for life, love, and longevity. All right, we don't know how long this life is going to be, so we might as well enjoy it, right, and take care of it. Be good shepherds, be good stewards over our bodies, our minds, and our energy, because Lord knows there's enough chaos going on in the world. We don't need to add to it, especially not within ourselves. So the next card we have is elemental gifts. So there may be somebody out there with some gifts with the elements, or this may be pertaining to the signs. I might be channeling for all of the signs right now. This is an all signs on deck reading. But there may be somebody who is gifted in fire, especially when it comes to manifesting using fire. Maybe smoke reading, scripting. You may be good with crystals and gemstones. You may be good with water scrying. So many different ways that you could tap into the elements. This may be a call for you to tap into the elements. And it doesn't have to be anything mystical and, things like that. It could be as simple as turning your everyday normal routine, like your shower, into more of a intentional prayer time, or make it more sanctuary, light you some candles, make it sexy, okay? You can do everyday practical things and make them sanctuary It does not have to be anything you got to go out to the stores and buy and order off Amazon and set up no special prayer corner, because you may not have space for that. But if you are somebody that does like how you feel when you are in water, and it could be any kind of water, any body of water. But I know, most of us, many of us, take showers or baths, or we bathe in some kind of way. If you don't, you drink water, I hope. So you could even use that to tap in to that element. It's what you make it. It's the energy that you pour into it, okay? So it's the intention that you set into it. You can say affirmations over your water before you drink it. Listen, I'm just saying, if you know, you know. All right, the next card we have is back end structure and systems. So this may be a call for somebody to, again, rest and reset. Check in with your back end systems, your support systems. Where is your support coming from? Right now, this may be a season where you're being called to allow others to pour into you. And if you do not have access to that, this may be a card to represent that it's time to look into curating a support system that can pour into you in these times where you need to rest from pouring into everyone else. And listen, don't be afraid to delegate. That is such an important key to life, you guys. Don't be afraid to delegate. For my people out there who are always operating in survival mode, chances are you're used to doing everything yourself as well. That's that hyper masculinity. It's time to come up on out of that. It's time to get into that feminine energy of resting and resetting. Give that nervous system a break, baby. Okay, you've been working overtime. It's time to chill, rest and reset. Our next card is self-pleasure. And this can include self-stimulation, but it is not limited to that. Oftentimes when we hear self-pleasure, our minds always go, you know where they go, to that tantric area, but it does not have to include those kinds of things, you guys. We have to expand our mindsets, expand your perspectives. Self-pleasure is just the things that bring you joy, things that internally bring you joy that can't nobody give to you and can't nobody take it from you, but somebody could add, add a little bit to it if they want to. But you can't take this from me, because I gave this to me. Our next card is go ahead and free yourself. Come on. Fanny better sing to them. And that's Fantasia for anybody who's confused out there. But yes, go ahead and free yourself. Rest, reset, and indulge in some self-pleasure. Get into your creative zone. Some of y'all may be experiencing creative blockages out there. I'm going to tell you what. Resting and resetting will fix it. And not forgetting who you are will fix that. Delegating some things will fix that. Okay? You can trust this. Trust the process. I know trusting is hard. We hear that all the time, but it's like, what even is trust? Like, stop saying that. I feel you. Trusting is literally surrendering. Surrendering those old habits that are cutting you off from the good life. And no, you're not going to do it all in one day. Of course not. Who does that? God didn't even do it all in one day. Come on now. Are you settling again? Somebody out there might be falling back into some old habits, and that's why it's saying it's time to cut them off. This is giving root chakra energy, stability, foundation, finances, growth. You're cutting yourself off. You are suffocating your own roots, baby, with these behaviors, these people, places, things that you may be indulging in. I don't know your life, okay? I'm just the messenger. You know better than I do. But nature is calling. This goes right along with the elemental gifts. So somebody may need to get out in nature, or maybe somebody has been out in nature and nature is calling back for you. Okay? What you want is always being offered, but what you receive is all about what you let in. What are you letting in? What are you allowing? You have to cut some things off to let some things in. You can't have it both ways. You gotta pick a side. Either you're gonna pick growth through joy, or you're gonna pick growth through struggle. Let me know something. If you feel me knocking, let me in. Get on in that comment section and tell me if this is hitting where it needs to hit for you today. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Full transparency here. Some of these is hitting for me too. Okay? I can't preach what I don't practice. So some of these cards are definitely talking to me. Growth through joy doesn't mean without challenges. Baby, I didn't even look at this card yet before I said what I had just said before I read it. Baby, if you didn't know, now you know. To build, one must participate. Pick up your hammer and get back to work. To build, one must participate. So pick up that hammer and get back to work. And sometimes working includes rest. That is an activity. Your body is still doing things. There's energy still going while you rest. Your brain is still working. Your lungs are still... Come on. Y'all ain't never heard of active rest? Because if you resting, that means you resting in heaven. Okay? We don't want to rest yet until it's our time. In the meantime, we want active rest. We want rest that is restorative. Okay? Rest that is going to help us continue to function at optimal energy. All right? You can do it afraid, but you can't hesitate to be great. So somebody out there might be holding back on some things, and you may be in this fear energy, but don't forget who you are. You can do it afraid, absolutely. But when it's time to be great, baby, you better be ready to pull that trigger. Okay? You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Go. You better lose yourself. When it's time to go, lose yourself. Surrender. Okay? Because you already know that this is what you should be doing. This is the path you should be on. Okay? You know what you're being called to do, what you're being led to do, who you're being led to. And if you do not know, then I can't stress enough. Resting and resetting will help you. There may be some blockages that are residing in your energy. Your intuition may be needing some recalibration. Maybe there's some habits and mindsets that you need to adjust. And the only way to gain clarity is to slow down. You can't be on go all the time. Because when it's time to be on go, you gotta be ready to lose yourself. And you can't do that with clouded judgment. You can't do that. You can't step into this next season of growth through joy using old habits of growth through struggle. They don't go together. They don't go together real bad. Hermit mode, rest and reset. I can't make it up. And y'all, I shuffled the cards. I let them fall on the floor as they may. And this is what came out. Hermit mode is required. And for those of you who feel led to be in that lose yourself energy, this is letting you know that your hermit mode is over. It's time to go. Pull the trigger. The last card we have is relocate. So somebody may be moving, and this may be a call to move physically, or to, like I said, hermit mode might be over. It's time to pull the trigger and shoot your shots. This may be also a call to move home physically, like you may be getting ready to move, or maybe some of you have recently relocated, and this is letting you know that where you are is right where you need to be, which is everywhere you are is right where you need to be. So if you're being led to this part of the message, then this is your confirmation. It's time to go. All right? On that note, you guys, if you enjoyed this session and you want more, let's make it official. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe because you feel aligned with the energy here. I would love, love, love to co-create more of it with you. In the meantime, remember that wellness is in your will. I appreciate you all, and I look forward to meeting you in the next one. Be well, babe.